In light of the recent calamities, Women Tech Makers Manila will be holding a donation drive. Funds raised will be given to organizations working on relief operations for families affected by the typhoon. If you wish to donate, you may send it through the bank accounts flashed on your screen. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy this webinar.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hello, Women Tech Makers, Manila viewers. Ayan, good evening, everyone. My name is Pau, and thank you so much for having me in this webinar. Thank you, Women Tech Makers Manila. My name is Pau Balajadia. I'm the founder of Sprintin, an educational platform, and we're aiming to share agile knowledge to everyone who's willing to learn what Agile is all about. And for today, I will be talking about being Agile, how to survive and thrive despite uncertainty and change. It's a very timely topic for us to talk about it today because there's a lot of things going on around in the country and in the world nowadays, diba? 2020 has been a roller coaster ride of emotions, and it has been a whole lot. So thank you so much for giving me tonight, and let's discuss our topic for today. So let me just quickly share my screen to get us started. All right. So before anything else, I want to say hello to all our viewers tonight who's watching in Facebook and in YouTube. So if you're online watching as a live in the Women Tech Makers Manila Facebook or YouTube channel, hi. Drop a comment below. And yes, this is our topic for today. So let me just introduce myself again. So I'm the founder of Sprintin, and I'm an Agile advocate. My name is Pau. I've been in the IT industry for 10 years already. So I've started as a quality assurance intern. Even if I really wanted to be a developer when I was just about to graduate, way back 2010. Yun ang storya nun. And then eventually, I became a full stack software engineer for 4 years, and then I transitioned to becoming a certified Scrum Master, and then another couple of years working in the corporate industry, and then I transitioned to doing freelancing work for a year, and then eventually I ended up doing entrepreneurial work or freelance work. So, all in all, total of 10 years in the industry. All those years, I've been doing agile development practices. And in all those practices, I discovered that even if I'm in a tech setup, in a fast-paced technology company, all technology companies. Ang napansin ko talaga is kahit madaming innovation, kahit madaming ginagawa, 'di ba? Kahit puro processes, kahit puro tools yung kaharap ko, there's really a heart behind it all. And that's where I discovered that Agile is something that's worth sharing, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So you can reach me through my personal website, paubalajadia.com, or the Sprinten website, our educational platform at sprinten.com. So in Sprinten, we offer training programs and mentorship programs as well. So yeah. So for today's topic, I will be sharing what agility is and how we can practice agility. So our talk for today is going to be fun and interactive. We would want it to be as practical as possible na pwede nating i-apply right away. Okay. So now, dahil nga sabi natin, gusto natin siyang maging practical kaagad, di ba? So we are all women in the technology scene, and we are all in different roles. We have different responsibility. Probably most of us are, we're doing lots of things. Some of us are probably developers. Some of us are probably in the managerial roles. But all of us are leaders, right? And despite all of these roles, there's always that one thing. There's always that one thing that we may find it difficult to take action about. So for today's session, I want you to think of anything that you find it difficult to take action about. So it can be either work or life. So it's okay. Kasi 2020 has been very difficult for all of us. So pwede yan sa work, di ba? Daming changes sa work ngayon. And tech has been really booming right now, especially we're all working from home. A lot has been demanded from us. So it can be in work, or if you're also thinking about life, it's okay, because Agile can touch on that as well. So I want you to think about one thing, and if you have a notebook with you, you can go write it down. Okay? Or if you want to share it also in the comments here, just feel free to comment it. Diba? So we can all be interactive. We can also do that. Okay? All right. So now, when you hear the word agile, another activity that we're going to be doing today, as much as possible, let's be interactive as much as possible, okay? So when you hear the word agile, if you're watching this video right now, this webinar right now, what comes to mind? Ayan, when you hear the word agile, or when you saw the banner from Women Tech Makers Manila, when you saw the word being agile or agile, what comes to mind? Can you put it down in the comments below? Ayan. What is it that comes to mind when you hear the word agile? Ano yung unang pumasok sa isip ninyo? Ayan. Can you put it down there? Ayan. Especially us in tech. Baka narinig nyo na yan. Okay. So here are some common answers that we may encounter, diba? First is speed. Whenever I share this in my training, most of my attendees will say, oh, Agile is fast. Agile is all about doing things quickly. Agile is all about speed. Mabilis. Ayan. Yun yung one of the common answers. Sino dito, ganun din yung naisip, comment down below. Ayan. Or Agile is software development. Ayan. Tech tayo eh. So probably it's software development. Ayan. Or Agile is project management. Those who are aiming for Agile project management positions, Agile project managers. Or Agile is the latest trend. This is the way that we should be doing things right now, especially in the situation that we're in. This is the way to go. Ayan. We are getting some answers here. Being flexible. Yes, that's also one of the answers that I'm getting. Being flexible. Yes, thank you, Ella May. G also answered ability to adapt to change quickly. Yes, that's also one of the common answers I hear. Yan. Thank you for sharing your answers. I love it. Keep it coming. I love how being interactive we are here. Ayan. Diba? Or since we are in the tech industry, these are some of the words that we also see. Ayan, di ba? Pag narinig yung salitang agile, all of these things come up. Especially ito, Scrum. Ayan. I'm a certified Scrum Master for almost 5 years now. And when I started doing freelancing work, I'll just stop sharing my screen for now. Ayan. When I started doing my freelancing work, ayan, yung Scrum, whenever I search for coaching work, Parang sabi ko, ano kayang una kong gagawin um, when if I want to teach agile to people. One of the reasons why I left the corporate industry is because it's becoming too repetitive. Sabi kong ganon. I've been a scrum master for 5 years, and I thought it's the same thing over and over again. It's the same thing. Parang we will be doing all these meetings, we will be doing the daily scrum meetings every time, but things do not change. It's pretty ironic. So sabi ko, what can I do to, because I'm really passionate in sharing agile to other people. So what do I need to do? Sabi ko, to teach agile to other people. I really want to coach. I really want to teach. But the sad part is whenever I go to freelancing platforms like Upwork or what's the other one, Fiverr, things like that, it's very in nowadays. Whenever I go there, they will always look for an agile coach. That's the keyword, agile coach. But eventually, if they started interviewing me, eventually they will ask me, do you know Scrum? Do you know Scrum? Or do you know Jira? Do you have a certification? And then it will come different. And then it will go to a different conversation. And then eventually it will all boil down to understanding processes. So let me share my screen again. So that is why all these words, whenever I see these words, they all relate to, oh, agile. Yun yung nagiging connotation. But let me assure you that the answers that you mentioned earlier, those are the right answers. Because when you answered being flexible, being able to adapt, ability to adapt, to change quickly, those are the right answers. All these words that you see here right now, all of these are just tools. All of these are just practices. These are just related to technology, and these do not relate to agile or agility at all. Why is that? You may be asking, what do you mean, Pau? Ito yung tinuturo sa technology ngayon, 'di ba? So here's some words by Dr. Alistair Coburn, the Agile Manifesto co-author and Heart of Agile founder. I was honored to be part of his Heart of Agile Essentials class. And in that class, we were able to talk about the essentials of Agile, or the Heart of Agile Essentials. And in one of the quotes that he has in his website, he mentioned that Agile in the software development scene has become overly decorated. So he's making an appeal to scrape away those decorations for a minute and get back to the heart of Agile. So what does it mean to get back to the heart of Agile? So now we're going to be talking about what is Agile. In its dictionary terminology, agility is actually the ability, it is simply the ability to move and change directions quickly and with ease. This definition came from Dr. Alistair Coburn. He's the one who shared this to us. The reason why I'm so pleased to share this with you is because it is such an honor to be in the same Zoom room, to be actually in the same Zoom room as one of the Agile Manifesto, with the Agile Manifesto co-author himself. I mean, siya yung gumawa nun. Isa siya sa mga gumawa nun. So therefore, yes, fangirl moment, di ba? And looking at this, it is a very simple definition. There is no complexity in it. So in short, agility is an ability that we have. Meaning, nasa atin na ito. It is something that's already in us. Meaning it is a decision that we just have to make. So, ang tanong na lang is, are we willing to do it? Are we willing to exercise this ability? So why is it important to exercise being agile, whether in the tech scene or life itself? Because in my practice, whether in tech or in life, here's what I realized. There are two realities. First, Life will always surprise us. Another is change will always be present. Let's just talk in the uh, technical aspect in tech. First, life will always surprise us, or in tech, it will always surprise us. I'll ask you a question. What is the biggest surprise that you encountered in your tech life? Being a technology professional, can you name in the comments below what is the biggest surprise that you received working in the technology industry? Diba? Ano yung biggest surprise that you received? I'll give you one. Kung yung, for example, one very simple, very straightforward, a bug fix. Yung akala mong gumagana na, nasira pa. Or yung bug, akala mo, magde-deploy ka na bukas, hindi pala. Di ba? Yung mga ganon, it will always give you a surprise. There was this one time that I thought that yung project na G na ako, yung na-manage ko siya ng maayos as a project manager. It was all going smoothly. I was just about to go for it, ready to be deployed. And all of the sudden, the infrastructure that we ordered, biglang, it's not capable. Di ba? Parang, okay naman eh. Di ba? Parang, napag-usapan na natin to eh. Bakit ganon? Di ba? Parang, boom. But you can't do anything about it. Life happens. And life will always surprise you. There will always, things like that do happen. Life will always surprise us. And change will always be present. Simple example, requirements. Di ba? Simple na lang yun. Us in the tech industry, it's very simple. Changes will always be present. Why? Where we serve industries that is always subject to change, and we can't do anything about it because we serve an industry that is really subject to that. Okay? Everything that we do, we need to adapt. And it's really not just to survive in it. We need to thrive. Okay? Sadly, it's really, we really talk about competition. There was one article that I saw. It was an interview with Jeff Sutherland. It was a podcast transcript. It's about working with Scrum, of course, because it's Jeff Sutherland, and it's all about how Spotify became one of the one of the best agile teams out there, on better than Apple Music or Google, right? Because Apple, Google, they're already good at their craft, in their music craft, but Spotify was able to really work head to head with them, because if they don't up their game, these other big companies, they're already big, right? I mean, Apple was already in the music industry in the era of the iPods, right? They were the ones there. But when iTunes was already out there before Spotify was here, but then Spotify was here, and then boom, right? So it just means that if, well, we're in an industry wherein we need to up our game. So therefore, change will always be present. We need to be fast. We need to be able to up our game. We need to really be able to take our move, to make our move, in order to address the change that is needed, right? So these are the two realities that we're facing, not just in the tech industry that we work that we work for, but at the same time, life. Okay? In life, here are some examples in ways where life has surprised us and life has changed us. Who would have known that we will be wearing face shields and face masks here in the Philippines? Who would have predicted that the Taal volcano will erupt once again? That there will be flood like this? that there will be layoffs, or that there will be online learning across the country. If someone had predicted all of these things, what could have changed? Perhaps something, right? But in reality, no one did. This is the reality that we're living in. All of these had happened in just 1 year. But while all of these things had negative effects, so to speak, let's also be let us also be honest that there are also opportunities that rose, okay, on a positive light, on a positive note. Yes, I agree with one comment here that many could have survived if we predicted that all of these could have had if we predicted that these could have happened. Yes, but we can also learn something from it, right? So with all these things, there's only one thing that we can do. We These are the realities that we live with. The only thing that we can do is to take action. That is where agility would come in. Our working definition for agility here is agility is our ability to take action despite the uncertainty and chaos. I want to emphasize on the word take action because taking action is such a bold statement. And it is a statement that can paralyze anyone because of the next statement, because of uncertainty and chaos. Because of uncertainty and chaos, we may not be able to take action. Okay? So that is why there are values or there are ways wherein we can practice our ability. So why is it important to practice agility? Why is this needed? Because we believe that we have everything we need to succeed. And we do not deserve to feel stuck. We do not deserve to feel lost. We do not deserve to feel afraid. Because we are capable. Because we deserve to be successful. We deserve to thrive. We deserve to not just survive, we deserve to thrive as well. Every one of us deserve to succeed. And every one of us has an opportunity to do that. Every one of us has talents, every one of us has time, has gifts to be able to do that. And we in the tech scene, whatever role we're in, whatever teams we have, whatever opportunities we have, we can leverage that for us to make a change. Our greatest enemy to not take action, our greatest enemy to become better, to take action, is fear. Let me tell you a story. In my entire 10 years in the tech industry, I've mentioned to you in my intro that I've been working in the tech industry for 10 years. I've enjoyed everything. Kung mapapansin nyo dun sa kwento ko, I've been a QA, developer, PM, Scrum Master, I've been a freelancer. Ang ginawa ko lang dun is nadaanan ko lahat. I've been a leader, I've been a follower, I've been a team member, I've been a manager. In every step, there is one thing in common. Of course, it's not the authority that really paralyzes everyone. It is really the ability to make the decision, to make a stand, to say yes or no. It is that one thing that makes or breaks the growth of a person. For example, meron kayong i-release na project, di ba? Or rather, may simpleng example na lang, may ibibigay na may change request na ibibigay sa team ninyo, na binibigay yung client, change request. O paano natin i-handle yung change sa team natin, di ba? O kailangan na namin to, pero hindi na kaya ng team. Pero sabi ng client, hindi, kailangan namin talaga yan. Pero alam nyo, hindi nyo kaya. So ang choice nyo na lang is mag-overtime. Pero sasabihin, hindi, kailangan namin talaga. What will you do? It's just a matter of, hindi, kailangan daw eh. So gagawin na lang namin. So the opportunity to really stand up for something has already been, the opportunity to stand up for something has already been lost. And then, consequences will arise, di ba? So, dahil doon, your health will suffer. Your time with your family will suffer. Your work-life balance will suffer. Your relationship with your teammates will suffer. Your relationship with your boss will suffer. And if you will notice, just because of you not being able to say no, diba, to your client or to your boss. Yes, G said negotiation. Yes, that could have been done. But sad to say, it takes courage, diba, to do that. But there are cases wherein hindi siya nagagawa. So it's good that if we can do that, if we can negotiate. Another is in life, aiming for a role that you really want, but you feel you're not good enough. Diba? So you'll just say na, I'll just stay here where I am. Diba? Because I don't feel that I deserve to be there. I feel na dito na lang ako. Again, it's fear talking. So those are some examples where you can hear fear talking and where it can lead you. So Agile is really all about people. I've given you some examples on how it works in technology or in life. So what I just wanted to point out is no process, project, technology, or tool can make it happen. We need to personally make this choice to be agile. And to be agile means to take action, to really make a move, despite the fear, despite the uncertainty on what happens next. One thing I read in Scrum, the book by Jeff Sutherland, is if there's one thing that people are not good at, it's really planning and estimation. We may plan all we want. We may estimate all we want. But at the end of the day, those are just plans and estimates. But if we're going to be holding on to something, that's experience. And that is where agility is good at. We can learn from experience. So planning is good. Estimations are good. But at the end of the day, it is what we feel on if those plans or those estimates are not met. Diba? Ano yung naramdaman natin? Kung hindi man ma-meet yung plan or hindi man ma-meet yung estimates, ano yung pakiramdam natin? Diba? If hindi man yun ma-meet. Diba? Yun yung mahalaga. Because our goal is to make everything better next time. The goal is to try again next time. So now, those are the reasons why Agile is important. What Agile is, it is the ability to take action despite uncertainty and chaos. Now, with that, one thing that you're difficult to take action about, we will now be discussing how we can take action, how to be agile. Ayan. So ngayon, ito na talaga. Paano naman natin siya i-apply? So I will give you 5 things on how we can practice agility. So first is to live the values. So in tech, there are lots of framework or styles going around. Madami na dyan. Scrum is one of them. Meron ding lean and safe. So those are guidelines, or rather you can learn about them. They can help you with the practice. But what in my 10-year in my practice, what's important for me is to live by the values and principles. And where can we see that? I would suggest for you to look at the references in the screen. Look at the website of Heart of Agile. That's heartofagile.com, if I'm not mistaken, or the agilemanifesto.org. So in the Heart of Agile, it just shows you 4 simple imperatives. That's collaborate, deliver, reflect, and improve. And the Agile Manifesto, if you're already familiar with it, it talks about collaboration, customer satisfaction, working software, and responding to change. So you can read through that, and there are also 12 principles of software development that you can read through. All right? If you would want to know how it works in the technology scene. But what I will be sharing with you today are simple ones that we can apply both in tech and in life. Because I believe what I teach to everyone that I meet is it doesn't have to be that complicated. I truly believe in simplicity. And wherever we are, whether in tech or in life, in work and in life, we're the same person. So I'll be sharing with you the values that we learned even as a kid. Okay, these are simple ones. 4 things: love, courage, humility, respect. You know these things, right? Okay, first is love. First is you need to express love for yourself. Okay, now this may sound mushy, cheesy, okay? But you know this already. Self-love is important. You can't give what you don't have, so show yourself some love first before you share it to others, before you share it to your team. So first you must believe in yourself before you believe in others. So you can't always hype your team and saying, kaya natin to guys, kaya nyo yan, kaya natin to. If you're a leader, most especially, you can't just hype your team, giving them all the boost that they need if you don't feel it yourself. Okay? You can't do that. You must first feel it in you. Okay? So, and of course, for that to be genuine, you must love yourself. So fill up yourself first and share it to others. Next is you need to have courage. Be bold, be brave. Have the courage to stand up for what you believe in. The tech industry is a dog eat dog industry. All right? Competition is very high, especially in the corporate world. I mean, let's be honest with it. And in the industry that we're in, especially we're all women here, we really need to be empowered. Okay, we really need to be heard. Okay, we all know the difficulty to the culture that we have. Okay, so but it's really good that we're in a time right now wherein we can really be heard. So we really need to have the courage to stand up for what we believe in. We need to have the courage to really call out people who needs to be called out, to call out things that really need to be called out, address issues that really needs to be addressed. Okay? Take action on the things that needs to be taken action of. What are those things? Okay? So what are the things that we need to take courage on? Collaboration, communication. What else? Serving our customers right. Building the right product and building the product right. bringing value to our customers. Okay, quality should not be compromised. Okay, so we should do all these things. We need to stand up for all these things. Next is humility. Humility is key for learning. If we think that we know everything, then we don't really know everything because we really don't. There's always something new to learn. And so we need to really take a step back and understand um, where the other people are coming from and listen first before we respond. Okay, we seek first to understand before we seek the need to be understood. Okay, so humility is not really putting yourself last, but it's really trying to understanding the other people first. It's listening to them first. Okay, and learning what you need to learn first. It's all for me. It To be honest, I want to be honest with you. It took me a long time to really understand what humility is, because for for a reason I thought that we need to put up a face, 'di ba? Kasi nga sa tech industry, it really take guts. It really take a strong facade or a strong image for you to be heard. So kailangan hard talaga, 'di ba? So I forgot about humility. Where in fact, for you to be really heard, you need to be humble first. So if anything, humility really taught me a lot. So, and humility is really listening first for me. If there's a tip I want to share with you, it's really about listening first, especially to your team. So next is respect. Respect one another. I couldn't emphasize this enough, that your teammates are people too. That's it. Your teammates are people too. And if you think that you are deserving of respect, they are in need of respect too. So we all need to respect one another. We are all humans that is in need of love and respect and compassion for one another. All right, so these are all the 4 values that can help in agility. Why? Because all the things that you will see in the Heart of Agile or in the Agile Manifesto, if you know all these things, the simple values, the simple life values, you will easily understand, or you will easily grasp what the software development values will share, because those are all people related values. Okay, so first thing to practice agile is live the values. So before I move on to the next, I really want to emphasize this one, because just understanding the practice or just doing the practice is not enough. Values precede the practice, because the formula of agile is values plus action equals agility. Values is always part of the equation. Okay? Next item to practice agility is to focus on what's important. In other words, we also call this prioritization, but this is very important. This is key. There is no such thing as everything is a priority. So if anyone tells you that everything is a priority, there is no such thing. Don't believe that person. Don't listen to that person. Correct that person, because there is no such thing as everything is a priority. Okay? Choose one. Ask that person to choose one. Okay? So if that person is you, if you're the one who's saying that everything is a priority, I want you to go list down those 5 items, or if you're boggled with just those items, list down 5 items that's bothering you right now and rank them 1 to 5. Okay? List them down, rank them 1 to 5 as in rank. Because in the number 1 spot, there's just 1. Okay? When you rank, there's just one item in the number 1 spot. There's just one item in the number 2 spot. There's just one. Okay? All right. So whatever that is in the number 1 spot, that's what you do. Okay? So that's how you do it. Prioritize. Focus on what's important. So don't stop unless you decide on what's on that number 1 spot. Okay? That's number 2. Number 3, keep everything simple. Keep everything simple. Simple. Okay? So whatever the task, action, or goal that you're doing, make sure that it's simple and easy to understand. People hate what they don't understand. You will see this in your team, or you will see this with your friends or family. Okay? Pag hindi nila naiintindihan yung isang bagay, or maybe in the internet, okay? If they don't understand it, they will bash you or they will hate you. Okay? Or they won't follow the task. They won't do it because they don't understand it. So make sure whatever you do, it's simple and easy to understand. Keep it simple. So that's why some of the people that I teach Scrum to, they don't use, at the end of the day, they don't use it. Or they don't see the value in it. Why? Because they don't understand it. Some experts or professionals claim that Scrum is easy to use, but there are some people who just don't like it, or they don't find it simple enough for them. They would want it to be more simpler, right? So it's not their cup of tea. So that's why they shift to other processes that work for them. So that's why there are also other flavors of Agile development. So that's why whatever you do in your process or tasks or action or goal, whatever action plan you make sure that it's simple and easy to understand. Okay, next is learn and improve. So for this one, this is very important. This is also very crucial because you would need to take time to pause, reflect, and learn from your experience. Because if things didn't work out, it's okay. This is what I mentioned earlier. We humans are very limited. Things don't work out our way because we're just poor at it. We're just not experts at planning and estimation. And it's fine. It's okay. But what's cool is we can try again next time. Okay? So with that, we just learn and improve. So what you can do is if things don't work out the way you planned it, just pause, reflect, learn from your experience, and try again. It's okay. Don't push yourself too hard. Sakit na natin yun eh. That, things really don't work out well for me. Hindi talaga para sa akin to. Diba? Yung parang, I'm such a failure, ganyan. That we're just nurturing the feeling of being stuck. Okay, of feeling lost. Let's not do that. Let's learn from it. Let's make the choice to take action. Let's reflect on what did not work and move on. Okay, it's a process, but let's move on. Okay, and I know it's easier said than done, but it's okay. Let's just learn and try again. Okay, and last but not the least, okay, bawi daw next time. Okay, yes, bawi na lang next time. Okay, okay. Last thing is always aim to serve. In everything that we do, okay, our goal is always to respond for the common good. Okay? The goal of agility is to take action. That's the goal of agility. But the goal of our action is to respond for the common good, for the better of everyone. So bakit ba ginawa yung Agile software development sa tech in the first place? Bakit ba nagsama-sama yung 17 people dun sa ski resort sa Utah para gawin yung manifesto of Agile software development? Because the customers are not satisfied. Because projects are always failing. Projects are not delivered on time. Everyone is frustrated. They want better ways of developing software. They're not happy with it. That's why Agile software development was born. So it's for the common good. It's a bridge for customers and for the development team to work together. That's Agile software development. That's why the Agile Manifesto was born. So that's the purpose of the manifesto. That's the goal of their action. But agility as a concept is to take action. Because it's an ability. Okay, gets nyo ba? Diba? Ability is growing our skills and character. It's a people thing. Okay? And the last thing for us to practice that is to keep in mind that in everything we do, every action that we make is for service. So in tech, we do it for our team. First, we do it for ourselves, for us to be better contributors, right? For us to be better people, for us to be better team members. Next is for us to be better teams to our company. Next is for us to be better companies, right? And for us to serve our customers, and for our app to serve the world, things like that. Right? It's for the common good. We think of the bigger picture. We look at the vision. Because every action that we do makes an impact. Let that be our the inspiration for tonight. Diba? That everything that we do is something meaningful. Yan. So to summarize, how to be agile: first, live the values, focus on what's important, keep everything simple, learn and improve, and always aim to serve. Yeah. So to end our activity, to end our talk for tonight, kung nag-start tayo ng activity, let's also end with an activity. So, in the steps, which of the steps in how to be agile, itong 5 dito, ayan, which of the steps in how to be agile will you use as your anchor, alin dun sa 5 yon, to address the situation you chose when we started this webinar? Di ba, sabi ko sa inyo, mamili kayo ng situation na nahihirapan kayong mag-take action. So, alin dun sa 5 yung sa tingin yung makakatulong sa inyo? I know lahat yon gagawin natin dapat, pero pili muna kayo na ang isa kung ano yung sa tingin yung mas makakatulong sa inyo at this point. Diba? Siyempre, hindi ko naman ide-demand sa inyo lahat muna sa ngayon kasi kaka-alam nyo pa lang sa kanya. Diba? Pwede nyo na lang balikan, pero if you have an answer already, please drop it down in the comments down below. Ayan, and yes, so just to review, agility is our ability to take action despite the uncertainty and chaos. Yes, we don't know the future. The future will always be uncertain and chaotic. Kasi hindi nga natin alam. Nakakataranta talaga yan. We don't know. And it can really cause anxiety. We can be anxious about it. We can be worried on what tomorrow will bring. And it really can, and the past also is not helping because it's nagging us to make a decision already here in the present. That's why it can paralyze us to take action. But if we remember why, if we remember why we're here, if we remember that we deserve to succeed, that if we deserve to live a better life, if we deserve to succeed and thrive, to survive and thrive, even if there's uncertainty, it can improve our ability. It can inspire us to take action. That is what Agile is about. Agile is about taking action, being courageous to create that change that we need despite the anxiety of tomorrow, despite the uncertainty. And I hope we can make that bold decision to take action despite the fear, because we deserve to be successful. We deserve to survive and to thrive. So are you ready to take action? Thank you so much for allowing me to be with you tonight. Ayan, so now we're at the end of our talk. Salamat po for allowing me to spend this time with you. So now we're having our open session. I would love to hear in the comments below kung ano yung takeaways nyo sa ating session on being agile, 'di ba? So you can share in the comments what struck you the most in today's session, and if you have any questions or comments, I would love to address them. Again, thank you so much. Ayan, so I'm reading your comments here. Thank you sa inyong activity. I really appreciate it. Ayan, sabi ni Zodiac. Ayan, totoo po. Ang saya kapag may impact na nagagawa tayo para sa iba. This is very true. This is very true. May funny story ako dito. Kasi nung QA ako, ayaw ko talaga maging QA noon. Nung intern ako. Pero nung nakita ko na parang nag-live na yung product na tinetest ko, parang, oh my God, nakakatulong pala siya sa iba. Parang ang saya ko bigla. Na parang na-proud ako dun sa ginagawa ko. Parang, yes! Fulfilling yung feeling niya. Yes, ang action item is ni Ella. Learn and improve. Okay, congratulations, Ella. Kay Zodiac, always aim to serve and ready to take action. Yes, go! Okay, ano pong tips ang mabibigay niyo sa pag-develop ng bawat value? Yung 4 pong value. Yung pang number 4 or all 4 values? Okay, sige. Let's go back dun sa mga values natin. Okay. Yung sa ano natin. Okay. Sige, sa love, courage, humility, and respect. So, dito sa 4 values, ayan. So, to give you tips, personally, sa love, for example, ayan. Sa love, I'll start with self-love, kasi yun talaga yung very important, kasi you can't give what you don't have. So you need to start with yourself. So for me, I started doing yung mga self-love exercises, like for example, yung journaling, especially at this time kasi lahat work from home. I don't know if sa atin dito sa WTM nasa offices na yung iba, kasi ngayon parang mostly work from home pa din, so talaga nasa bahay lahat. So ngayon I do prayer, meditation, yan, and journaling. So dun talaga ako nagiging sane. So I do that, and then I talk to my teammates. So I do one-on-ones with them just to check in on them para at least alam ko kung kamusta na yung kalagayan nila. That's how I show my support to them. So that's how I enhance yung love ko para sa kanila. Next is yung courage. So courage, how I develop it is really by listening. So for courage and humility, it's really about listening. Dun ko siya na-develop. Courage, paano nakakatulong yung listening sa courage? Because when I listen, at least dun ko ma-match kung ako nagmamatch siya dun sa values na yung what my team exercises, kung nagmamatch siya dun sa mga values na to. Like for example, communication. Kung hindi sila nag-uusap-usap, or hindi ako nakikipag-usap sa kanila, parang tinatry kong pakinggan yung mga conversations nila, and then or parang pinapakiramdaman ko yung paligid. And then kung kailangan ko mag-step up, I try to muster up the courage, and then I'll take action. Yon, doon ko mai-improve yung agility ko. Kasi doon ka talaga matetest eh. Kasi one thing about agility is really it pushes you outside your comfort zone. So talagang kung when you listen, you also try to feel, parang to take a feel in your environment. So makikita mo yon on how you relate with your team. So yun yung sa courage, and then yung sa humility, it also plays a part with that. Kasi pag uncomfortable, 'di ba? You have a tendency to isolate yourself eh. So at least ako, parang based on my experience, parang ako kahit leader ako, parang magsasarili na lang ako. There was one time, I'm already a scrum master then, instead na makisali ako sa team ko, parang kumakain ako mag-isa. Yung alam mo yun, yung gano'n, kumakain ako mag-isa. Hindi ako nakikisali sa kanila. Why? Because it's my personality. That's where I'm comfortable. Pero wala akong na-build na relationship sa kanila. So, nung na-realize ko yon, dun ko na-realize na kailangan ko palang makisama. So, I humbled myself, took the courage, and ayan. Pinakinggan ko yung nila, yung mga conversations, yung nakiramdam ako sa paligid, and then yon, sumali na ako sa mga, kahit sumama-sama lang ako sa kanila, kape-kape, ganyan. And then yan, unti-unti ako nakikipagbiruan sa kanila, nakikipagtawanan. Yeah, ngayon. So ngayon namang work from home, it can be very challenging to do all those things dahil wala. So you can do that via chat. Okay, lahat nun. Though difficult, di ba? Though difficult, pero you can do that via video chat. Okay? Challenging lang, pero as much as possible, if you can initiate a video chat, the better. Lastly is respect. Di ba? Kahit hindi ka respeto, still exercise respect. Because if you project respect, di ba, it speaks about you more than you speak about another person. Di ba? Kahit meron ka, especially in conflict, doon na lang ako magbibigay ng tip. If you're faced with a misunderstanding or a conflict, still show some respect. Diba? Still show some respect, kahit alam mong parang kahit yung kasagot-sagot na, or parang just show some respect. Parang wag mong patulan ng yung pabalang yung sagot, yung mga ganon. Diba? Hindi ko sinasabing ginagawa natin yon, pero just show respect to the person. Just stay calm. Yun talaga yung doon natin siya makikita. Doon natin siya ma-exercise. Kasi sa pang-araw, and sa pang-araw-araw naman is always greet people. Yun na yung pinaka-simple siguro, na always respond sa mga tawag dito, yung mga simpleng pagbati. Ngayon sa chat siguro hindi natin masyadong ma-express, but in the corporate na setup na kapag nasa office, yung ngitian mo lang, a smile can do wonders already. So, I think okay na yon. So, I hope nasagot ko yung tanong, Zodiac. Ayan. So, sana nasagot ko siya. Meron pa bang ibang questions? Or sa iba, what struck you? I would love to see them. Ayan. Thank you din. All right. Okay, so if we don't have any more questions or feedback, that would be all for tonight. Thank you so much again, Women Tech Makers Manila, for having me tonight for this webinar. Ayan, thank you so much. And I'll see you again next time. Thank you. Take care.
We all have our own biases of how things work. Like how would I design things? Like why would I design things in a certain way? Because in my head, I'm the one who's gonna use it. But in reality, right, what about everybody else? How are they gonna use this product?
In your team, you need to create that safe space that they can say whatever they want to say within the context of work pa rin, syempre. Like, if there's a certain process that needs to be cut, or if they think that we're having too many meetings in a week, sige, let's consider removing some.
Most of us are using mobile devices. Most of us are spending time online. So cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility.